Hello all, what it do, greetings, hi. My name is Clair, hope you're treating yourselves well, and of course others. This is what should I do, like next steps, what should you be focusing on per se, what's going on around you perhaps. So nostalgia has kept you in a place for a very long time. The Eight of Cups in reverse, I think it has kept you to the point of almost depleting some sort of resources that you were trying to save, perhaps. I think the Prince of Wands in reverse as well. You made this decision very quickly, or you're realizing maybe someone around you has made a decision very hastily, and because of that, they are now having to figure out how to walk away from that very same measure that they took. I think that they made a decision out of despair, but I think that there was they were trying to find tranquility in destruction instead of forward motion, it seems, though. I think that just a lot of feelings were stirred up in the recent past, or maybe in for a while now. You've kind of been going through the ropes of finding types of people that come in hot and heavy and kind of just it's like a bull in a china shop. They come in, do a bunch of stuff, and you're left thinking long and hard about the decisions you've made for a while. If it hasn't been one thing after the other, I think maybe throughout life you have continuously provided for or stabilized individuals that left you contemplative or just kind of in a doubt sphere. I think nostalgia is very big for you, though. If you can have people that remember past instances, I think you really enjoy memories, people that can relay things that you guys have gone through. The Seven of Wands, maybe that has kind of even gone into a fight. You keep people around you that know you really well, but at this point it might just be less of an enjoying process and more of a chore. You're kind of bickering or fighting with either people around you, it could be in a household that you're fighting with and you're trying to just alleviate the whole situation, extinguish it in general, maybe even walk away from it. But I think you might still feel the sun is still shining, you're feeling stunned by the situation. The sun is still shining light on how much you want the situation, the King of Cups upright. So it seems though there is a lot of emotion. I think that this person has provided you with enough good times to at one point in time they could have overshadowed all the negative aspects of themselves, but you might have wanted to save this person or help this person in a certain way. They this blue aspect of it, it's the King of Cups as well, the blue, and it's got a crab on his shoulder, which makes me think of an emotional being, a very emotional tied human. So someone has been taking out their emotions on you but hoping to get good results. I think that they want to be a part of your life. There's no doubt that whatever back and forth you're having with a person, it's because they something about your company, you guys engage well. Like, this could be a friendship too. Like, it's like the back and forth is just nice. Like, you laugh together, you've had decent times, you've probably traveled together in certain forms or fashion, like maybe gone to like theme parks together, or have a lot of like, you cackle a lot, I'm hearing. But this could be someone who you saw, like, you were devious together and now you are devious apart, perhaps. I think that when this person gets emotional, they tend to let that take the reins of their whole atmosphere, their whole situation. Like, if this person feels a certain type of way, they're going to move forward in that notion. They're going to, if they feel like hurting you, they probably will. There's very few situations where you're like, oh, this person's mad, they haven't lashed out. Like, if they haven't lashed out, you're waiting for it to happen at some point. Or maybe you are have seen this person lash out in a certain way, and it has provided you with nothing but the Seven of Wands. They could have made a decision to move forward in something in life without you, and that has left you in a predicament of like, where do we go from here? Like, it was kind of a nightmare move for you to do that, so where can we go? Is there any sun to be had after this point? I think that there's been a lot of moves. The Hierophant, let's see what the Hierophant has to say. Three of Cups in reverse. This person's friends is a big debacle, I would say. The people, their environment is really persuading them in a different direction. Maybe they are distracted with, like, people can be different. Maybe if they take on like drug use or something like that, it's easy to neglect a lot of people in your life if you are heavy in drug use, or they're distracted in some form or fashion in their life, and choosing to be. I think that they're kind of putting on a movie for everyone around, in hopes of you viewing the situation and maybe addressing them. I'm hearing properly, but like, I think that's what they would think, is like, they want you to come towards them. The Six of Swords upright. I think that they want you to come towards them with the solution. Like, you might be very solution based. You might have always gone towards this person and fixed or had the right words to say. This person might be kind of verbally inept, like they don't have the words to say a lot of times. They might feel very strongly, and you feel the passion, because the Swords and the Six of Swords, maybe you've gone back to this person a lot. They hold, like, there's this beacon right here, like they almost have like a beacon that they like set off for you. Maybe they always come back to you, or always try to put you in a elevated state. Like, they might say things that are specifically to you online, or they single you out in some way, in form or fashion, and it's enough for you to be like, this person is doing that for me. What does this mean? The Five of Cups. So nothing has hit. Nothing, like, maybe I'm hearing like nothing is hit as hard as the first hit. So maybe you're like chasing the few instances where this person has made you feel alive or loved in some way or fashion. Maybe in your entire life you've kind of neglected yourself through other people. Like, you have maybe never had much, like, you could have like a female figure in your life who kind of prevented you from materializing. You might not have been taught a lot of the necessary things in order to hold love and compassion in a way that this person understands the Prince of Pentacles. There is a reforming to be had. If you guys want to come together and have a decent solution, this person is probably a good fit for you. In general, I think that they could probably be the yin to your yang, like opposites attract, very equal balance. The equal give and take is possible, but it will take a world of gathering, I'm hearing. So maybe you have to travel to this person or change the way you eat for some reason, or that's what you're deciding to do because of this person. You might have had some sort of scare with this person. I think that they have a perception of you that you're done with them completely. The Death card upright, I think that they're kind of like studying you in the shadows. The Prince of Pentacles upright again, yeah. So I think that there's like, look at his face. I think they are studying you in multiple ways and not liking the fact that you are holding no space for seemingly love. Like, it's kind of a nightmare situation where this person feels like maybe they pushed you away or pushed you too far to the edge and you're exploring other things. I don't really think you're exploring other things. I think you're exploring yourself. You're like, I'm gonna level up, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna figure out another way. I feel heartbroken and desensitized because of this person. I think like this whiteness is the sense of like what this person left you with, and this is what you're trying to build. Like, you feel darkness all around you, but inside you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna have to be this beacon because there's no other beacons around me. Like, there's nothing else good around me, so I guess I have to fill that space. So it might be kind of nightmarish, but with the Death card and the Star, these are pretty good omens of like this person's behavior is coming to an end. I think maybe abruptly through their lifestyle for some reason, or they might just see you finally for what you are, which is like the world and the star. They might have thought that you were kind of like a flop or distracted in some way, or just like not fitting the criteria of what's possible in their realm for some reason. Like, you could have scared this person maybe by being too much their type or being too in tune with what's going on in their life. Like, you might have been too observant for some reason, form or fashion, like with the Hierophant. Like, these are all giant cards too. Like, maybe you took like one look at their life and you were like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Like, you started to like call out things or like name stuff. You could have just been really frustrated with this person and finally like stepped away for a second and they decided to retaliate, and now you're just like, okay. So what next? Life is definitely like, if you give yourself moments of silence, maybe even like like when you're doing stuff, like maybe when you're cooking for yourself, try to like say mantras or something like that. Definitely go on like walks outside, maybe even at night. You need to be doing daily rituals for your body, I think, when it comes to like maybe putting like lotion on or exfoliating more frequently, washing your sheets or floor more frequently. This person is coming in. They are. The Hanged Man, I think that they have spent time alone recently or in deep contemplation. I think life has been very difficult for all of us, and there's a sense of like, if you want this person back, reassess how you treated them. And like, you could have been a saint, you could have been an angel, just the best, but there is something that was a misconnection, a misfire. So you might be asked to teach in ways like, like, there's more to than just being a good person. You might have now to be able to, like, you're getting the opportunity to teach this individual how you want to be loved by accepting the things, like if they are still in like a narcissistic tendency or like a low vibrational mode, offer them what you can, or give them silence or distance or whatever they need at the time, because you are very smart, but teach them how to treat you, and they'll come around. They're coming back around. Like, I think through distance or silence, or maybe just small amounts of communication, or just being very pure to this person, they are starting to see the absence of what, like, there's an evolution. You are molding a person without molding a person. Like, I think that it's going to be very, very nice in a sense of like, if you can definitely keep your patience, prayers. So again, with the mantras, I think that you need to figure out how to meditate if you don't. There's a lot of things that, like, if you think about a lot of things that annoy you about this person frequently, they're going to come up when you finally talk to this person, or when you finally interact with the people that you're trying to. So you need to dispel these feelings, or like, get rid of them before. Like, distance and time can aid you in eliminating, destroying the things that you felt. But if you don't have distance or time, meditation is really helpful, or just talking it out maybe, but not in an angry way, and more of like this is where we're at. Like, it's sounding like prayers answered. I truly feel like this person is maybe even coming around more than you think. Like, it won't take so much communication between you for this person to understand how to treat you and others, perhaps. Like, it's a little bit of mysticism in the situation, I think, because the buffalo is a very wise card, and this person is wise, and they are someone who you're interested in, and I take it that you're probably a really intelligent human as well. So I think that there's a lot less effort than you would assume for this person to come back around. Just give it time, give it patience, and just think about all the ways that could be and all the things that you want, instead of the things that have annoyed you and what's happened, because you don't want those things to come up to the surface in an emotional way when you do communicate with that person or others. Like, you want to be able to just say your piece without emotions really clogging up or fogging the situation. But you've got this, and you gotta know I love you. Pile 2. Hello, hi, what to do? This is what you should be doing right now, and let's get it. You are back on the market, or you've had a transformation as of lately. The Princess of Cups, which is just I think it's the Page of Cups, who is someone starting to look at themselves in the mirror, I'm thinking, with more passion. You could have really enjoyed time to yourself as of lately, the Death upright. I think you might have been praying a lot, or calling upon your angels, looking more into how to rituals of protection or something. The Four of Swords reverse, you have been working like crazy, probably feeling a little you've got a lot on your mind right now, basically because you have a lot of plans going on. I think that a lot of the situation forward requires you making decisions for a team. 9 of Wands, you probably have never been in a managing position, or don't really enjoy managing positions, but I think you are starting to take on a role where you are at the top of a company, business, group, something. You maybe are even starting a band or a project, but with people, a gang of people, but for some sort of sport or business, or selling something. The 9 of Swords, you have not really seen this venture unfold in a beneficial way before, though. I think that maybe all of the jobs that you've taken up in life at one point in time had very sneaky business. They ended poorly. You could have been promised lucrative jobs. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I think, okay. So the 10 of Pentacles upright it suggests that maybe you were offered a lot of money, wealth, reward for working underneath a certain group or business. You were being hired on as someone to do a lot of labor or manual. You could have been hired as a contractor, or as a single business. You work for yourself, but you're working under someone else as well. There's not a lot of insurance for whatever you're doing, basically. I think that you might have seen no give in any arena when it comes to business. No one has protected your boundaries, maybe emotionally in life. So it is sacred boundaries is why I say that. So I think maybe people have continuously helped, provided you with struggle, or kept you down in some form or fashion, caged in certain ways. They kept your boundaries very thin or you didn't have very strong boundaries, just because you've grown up in a situation where you wanted people to like you, you wanted approval in a lot of ways. It's a nightmare for you to be disliked, even if you don't really like people or enjoy the situation. You still don't want to be disliked. You are about to shine, though. This card, there is a mental clarity that's coming through for you. If you don't see a physical reward come through in your job at some point soon, I think that, or in your life in general, because maybe you'll just have a breakthrough in some form, or it's in a physical realm, though. I really feel you're mental clarity is about to come through, though. If you don't see physical results at some point in the near future, I think the mental clarity will come through to keep you going up until that point. Because I don't think there's anything that I don't think you're going to falter in this task. You're going to keep going until you get it, it really seems. I don't think that this is one of those situations where you're going to end up walking away from this. I think Prince of Cups, Ace of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so maybe plans have fallen through in the realm of offers or building. You could just feel a severe anxiousness as of lately, but understanding not why. The anxiousness is coming out of nowhere because things are going well, and you're wondering, why do I feel jittery? Maybe drink less caffeine, and maybe substitute, if you drink carbonated drinks, try to drink maybe carbonated water instead of alternatives to that, because I understand carbonation is really nice, but I think you could really use this time as of right now for just drinking a whole bunch of water. You need to flush your system because you're about to the situation is a little murky, a little swampy. The Prince of Cups is the Knight of Cups. Your emotional stability is a factor in this because I think you are going to be at the top and people are going to be staring at you. So your next step is to be able to deal with maybe snake behavior or people snapping on you out of nowhere. I think you need to figure out how to keep your cup steady, because you see there's this scorpion over here ready to snap, and then there's a snake on the pole over here. I think you might see obvious signs of when people are fake or fronting something ugly when they're not showing full potential, and that is going to continuously get under your skin. If people slack or don't hold their own in certain situations, don't know how to level up, I think that you might take that, not personally is what I mean, but I think you might get personally really annoyed with the situation. You're why are you so like that? It's kind of a situation, it's a control issue at the deep root of it, I think, deep down, because you see how rich this color is. I think that your potential is so heavy and so strong that when people are around you that slack or don't hold up their end, you're kind of if you're forced to be around them, you get more emotional than could be helpful. I think maybe it kind of, the justice upright. If you want to be able to get out of situations as quickly as possible, because maybe you don't even realize it, you might hate fighting in general or bickering and all that nonsense, but in reality, if someone is annoying or distasteful in some way, you might end up prolonging the situation by giving 2 cents or trying to help them in some way, form, or fashion. Helping people is good in certain ways, but you might try to change people out of just vicinity and being annoyed. You might accidentally invest in things without meaning to. And I think that you're probably someone who takes on a leadership role, management, guiding people in some form or fashion, a teacher of some way, and maybe even a head of a family, or you're going to be in this role soon. So there's a need for you to be able to not have that latch on to you. I think that these feelings leech on to you and kind of suck you dry. Like your light and dark are very day and night. Like they're very, very easy to see, very obvious. Very obvious. Yeah, just in general, very obvious. How you feel is pretty obvious, and that might be something that you haven't really taken head on before, because maybe you are figuring this out as of lately, or have been really isolated, so you're being tested with people again, or you just have never realized this about yourself. Inner conflict resolution, yes. So I think that you need to be like light as a feather sort of thing, because you've always enjoyed being, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I think you enjoy being kind of like sharp-tongued or like quick-witted, and these things are glorious and beautiful, but you need to be able to separate that in the lifestyle of in the realm of teaching or holding yourself above others, because you want people to take well to you. You don't want people to be scared of you or think you're vile in some way because of treatment, or you not holding your emotional soundness properly, taking your emotions out on people, because you are a being of light and clarity for a lot of people. Just like at the root of it all, you're a being of light and clarity. So you need to with that light, like it's a physical, like you see it, but also lightness, as in like don't let the things that you can't control weigh you down. Don't snap on people just because you can. Like, don't hold heavy emotions in your realm just because you can, I'm hearing. Because, like, some of us like being angry. Some of us like being sad. Some of us like holding those things. But now is the time to alleviate those things. Afford yourself the luxury of dispelling any harsh feelings towards people, just because you can identify where people are lacking or are not as up to par as you doesn't make you better kind of situation. It just makes you annoyed at them. Yeah, I think that with the Ace of Wands, it will start to like unravel. I think life will stop. Like, if you're around a bunch of things that are annoying you right now, it's obviously a test. Maybe even life is playing with you or playing you in some way. There's the Daughter of Pentacles. Better things are coming, if you can keep the mindset of better things are coming. It's such an annoying thing to say, that sort of reality, but it in seriousness, don't be timid with your feelings, because you might bottle them up and then explode on people. I think you need to figure out a non-emotional way to communicate with others if you care about them or don't care about them. There's a need to remove emotions from communication, and I think a lot of things will start to fall into place and in your hands, and it will obviously get a lot easier too. Like, the things that hold you down and annoy you will surely start to give up a little bit, or like give in, let up. And I think just brighter days are ahead of you for sure, whether you are trying for that or not. I think that they're coming for you, just a relinquishing of grayness, I'm hearing. And you could be growing crops, wanting to grow a family, But I think you're really starting to see, like, just keep looking upwards, like keep your head upwards, actually, like in action. Start looking at things that are going on around you upwards for some reason, I'm hearing. Also, something about thrusting. Maybe if someone has said something to you recently that was negative, don't listen to them. I think you might have someone that's like chirping in your ear, trying to send doubt into your vicinity. The Hierophant in reverse. Maybe someone is trying to make you feel crazy, or like you don't know what you're talking about for some reason, or you have tried to confide. You've tried to confide in someone, and maybe when you tried to again, they like lashed out on you, or maybe you're seeing someone change through a relationship, but for a negative way or some form or fashion. I think you're reassessing a lot of your friendships because they might be causing you emotional scarring or damage. Life is definitely about to get easier. I think you might have a lot of new friend groups coming in for you, or you're going to be spending a lot of time out at night for some reason, or doing more things at night. So if you have the time as of right now, maybe get some rest, drink less caffeine, like I said, because I don't think you want to have a dependency for when you're I think you might be more busy or just more on the move in the near future, or something of that nature. But yeah, certainly things are about to get they're about to ramp up in a certain way. I heard brutal, but I think maybe someone was just brutal to you, like emotionally, as of lately, or I'm hearing someone just like said a few things neglectful, or maybe you had someone who neglected you come back into your life, and you finally dispelled them, and I'm proud of you if that's the case. Like I'm thinking like childhood, like they came back around. Like this could have been like someone from childhood that really was not so great, or like you've known them for a very long time. But yeah, things are about to get better. You're about to have new friends. I think the number 6 could be important, or 43. Swimming pools could be important, or something about like open fields, scooters, jelly for some reason, I'm hearing. Yeah, maybe even like ice cream. I don't know why I'm just saying a bunch of words, but these things could be helpful for some reason. Sword play, sword fighting, maybe like throwing axes. I'm not sure, but yeah. Life seems like it's about to be really interesting. So, good luck. You gotta know I love you.